Pittsburgh Steeler fans, welcome back to another episode of the Scho Bro Show. This is Behind the Steel Curtain co-editor Dave Schofield coming at you on Tuesday night. And with me, as always, my big brother, Rich. Rich, how's it going?
Oh, we're Schos, we're bros, and we're doing a show.
Hey,
There you go.
We're done. We can stop.
That's it.
We summed
Done.
it up.
Yep.
You hit all the highlights. That's everything that's going on. So hopefully this has come through. Unfortunately, we did not get to really advertise that we were going to be doing this because I got to thinking about stuff, and bottom line is, on the Monday night show on The Hangover with Brian Anthony Davis and Tony Defio, the next couple of weeks, they're going to be doing some various mock draft things. They're going to be going through basically the first round of the NFL draft, making picks. I think they're going to do it with the staff of BTSC. Then I think they're going to be doing it with the user draft or whatever. I didn't want to, even though this is what we're going to do tonight is completely different, I didn't want to make people have to do that on back-to-back nights. So I thought maybe we better do ours this week. Although we know things can change between now and the draft. Might as well not. Might as well go for it. For those of you that weren't around for this last year, what we did was we ran a mock draft simulator where we discussed the picks. We let people chime in the live chat. All we did was pick the Steelers pick every time. We didn't do any trades, anything like that. And I read it to you. I did it on my phone. This year, we're going to try something new. Now, for those of you that are on your devices, it might be a little bit hard to see. But just in case, I'm bringing it up. You get little Scho and little Big Bro Scho on the side if you're watching on either YouTube or Facebook. And we actually have where we're running the simulator on the screen. So people might be able to see that. They might not. We'll be trying to talk through it as well for people that are listening to this on the audio side. And we are going to do a complete 7-round mock draft where all we are doing is picking the Steelers pick. And the draft network is picking everybody else's. So I'm going to bring this back because we got a couple things to talk about before we get rolling here. There was news today that the Steelers did lose another one of their free agent players, one that everyone expected them to lose, in James Conner. He signed a 1-year deal in Arizona. It was just released moments ago that it was for, I think, $1.25 million for the year. That means it's not going to count. He's not going to count towards a compensatory formula, which I kind of expected, because if he was going to, Arizona would have been better off waiting until after the draft to sign him. Yep. But he's the latest of a long line of Steelers that ended up in Arizona later in their career. Some of them went straight there. Some of them went somewhere else first and then to Arizona, like Joey Porter, like Alan Faneca. Then there was a few guys that went to Arizona, then came back, like Bryant McFadden and William Gay. So, but it's Pittsburgh West. It's kind of what it is. Very happy that James Conner is, has a place of hopefully a fresh start. First time he'll be playing football for where his home team is not in the state of Pennsylvania. But I wish all the best to him. And the Steelers don't play him this year unless they meet in the Super Bowl. So that would be a fun matchup. So that was some news. Did you catch my article that ran at an odd hour last night? That ran about 7:30 last night. I went ahead and put it out there, and it was, of course, on the site today about one Avery Williamson.
Oh. I saw it. I didn't get to read it in depth.
Yeah, he posted on Instagram a picture of him.
That he was hinting.
Yeah, in his Steelers uniform, and said more to come, ... Got liked by a lot of Steelers teammates. And then on Twitter, apparently he changed his background or banner or whatever it is. I use it, but I don't really know what it is on Twitter. He changed it to a Steelers logo. So it's not that he kept it there. He changed it there. So, our own social media guru one, Michael Beck, he's on top of these things. He's the one catching those kind of things and looking for indications. So there's a possibility that after trading for him partway through the season, that perhaps Avery Williamson will be back with the Steelers defense in 2021. I know some people are like, yes, that sounds great. Other people are like, no. Honestly, that changes things if he is. Don't you think so? We need to talk about this before we get going into our simulator. I got to say simulator, not stimulator. I got to make sure I get that right.
Careful now.
Yeah.
I don't know how much is necessary. It doesn't necessarily have to change anything.
Yeah. I mean, because think of it this way. What did the Steelers do what did they do before they traded up to draft Devin Bush? They went out and signed Mark Barron not long before the draft.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a few weeks before the draft, but also I've been saying this for a while that the Steelers don't like to have holes that they have to fill with the draft. That, oh my goodness, we have to take this position because we don't have anyone to start there to next year. My Stat Geek on Thursday on the audio only side of our podcast, if you aren't checking those out, make sure you are. It's going to talk about how long it takes Steelers players to get acclimated. And I broke it down by round, by what round in the draft and how long it takes them. And I've said in the past that the Steelers don't draft for their guys to start week one. I know a lot of people fight me with that. I'm like, the better way for me to possibly say that is to say that the Steelers don't draft guys without a plan in place in case they're not ready to start week one, that they don't want to force them into starting, that if the Steelers aren't sure, then they don't start even their first round pick. Now, this is a different year. This would be nice to have some plug and play starters, but the Steelers have had a lot of players that they've taken in the first round and some really good ones that they didn't plug in right away. So it really all depends on what's going on. So that could or couldn't change what's going on. Anything else for the good of the order before we get rolling here, Rich?
No, let's pick some players.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to run this simulator. We'll probably talk through the.
Oh, you know what? I forgot one
ahead.
thing. You keep talking about this, saying, "Oh, last year we did this." By the way, I wasn't on the show when you did this last year.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you were because you helped me decide. I was doing it on my phone. Yeah.
Okay, if you say so.
Because I needed help. I remember I didn't like our draft and we got nothing right. So this is what's great. This is just a fun activity to do. What I foresee happening is us getting 0 picks correct.
Oh, of course.
And it's still the same as it was last year to a degree. I mean, last year we didn't have pro days, but we had a combine. This year we have pro days, but we didn't have a combine. So what teams think, what they're thinking and where they might put value on people isn't always what's going to happen. Because I remember so many of my mock drafts included a player that I really wanted in the 5th round. I really, really wanted this player in the 5th round. And a lot of people that I knew had this player in the 5th round. And it didn't happen. He went in the 3rd round. He did not make it to the Steelers in the 5th round. And let's see, I'm looking. I don't think he didn't even see the field last year. It was safety Tanner Muse, if anyone remembers that, out of Clemson. He was one of those hybrid guys. We're like, oh, he would be a great fit for the Steelers. Every mock draft I did, he was there in the 5th round. And what happened? The Raiders took him as the 100th pick overall in the draft. So we're going to get stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the simulator. We're going to look at who's gone. We're going to look at the best of what's there. And we're going to keep an eye on the live chat. We're going to ask you all to just kind of chime in on what you think would be the best pick. Because honestly, I've done several of these mock drafts and I've got to round 3 and I've stopped just because I'm like, I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know what the best thing is to do. and things of that sort. And I didn't like how it played out. Every time it's different. Every time it's different. So the best thing we can do here is to just roll with it. So here it is. If you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this is the mock draft machine at the Draft Network. I have it checked off to where we're going to be making the Steelers pick. We are going to go all 7 rounds, and we are going to manually pick the Steelers picks. Are you ready for me to start this thing?
Sure.
All right, let's see what they do, and let's see what's available for the Steelers when it comes to let's see if I can get this set up in the right spot. When it comes to round 1. Let's see if we can see it. Well, there went Trey Lance at pick 9. Kyle Pitts was still there for a while. It's running through it. I'm going to go back and read all of these picks to you all if you can't see them, because it's really important to know who went to who with everything. So I'm going to go back to the very beginning, and shockingly, Trevor Lawrence went number 1 to the Jaguars. Oh, my screen keeps jumping. And Zach Wilson went number 2 to the Jets. They had Justin Fields going number 3 to San Francisco. And then they had do you say it's Sewell? I've never
Sure.
The tackle from Oregon. They had him going for. From everything that I've seen, I think Trey Lance might be going number 4. And see, so they had the Bengals with Jamar Chase, the wide receiver from LSU at 5. The Dolphins, man, why is my screen jumping? The Dolphins wide receiver, taking wide receiver Jalen Waddle 6. Rashawn Slater, the offensive tackle from Northwestern, going 7 to the Lions. Patrick Surtain, the second, the cornerback from Alabama, going 8 to the Panthers. That's right, because they traded and don't need a quarterback anymore. Trey Lance going 9th to the Broncos. That's the quarterback from North Dakota State. J.C. Horn, the cornerback, going 10th to Dallas. I see him as a lot of places. Then we have Devontae Smith at 11 going to the Giants. Tight end Kyle Pitts, 12th to the Eagles. Man, if Pitts falls all the way to 12, that would be really surprising. So, and then we have Christian Darrisaw, 13. Vera Tucker, the lineman from USC, going 14 to the Vikings. Mac Jones goes to the Patriots at 15. They have Travis Etienne, 16 to the Cardinals. Don't know if they updated that they just signed James Conner. That would be interesting. But I still think they're in line for a running back anyway. Tevin Jenkins, 17 to the Raiders. Jalen Phillips, edge out of Miami, 18 to the Dolphins. That would be surprising to me. Greg Newsome, the second cornerback of Northwestern, 19 to the football team. Wide receiver Rashad Bateman from Minnesota, 20 to the Bears. Samuel Cosme, offensive tackle from Texas, 21 to the Colts. Trayvon Morin, I can't say that right. The safety from TCU, 22 to the Titans. Man, I can't think these straight. And Micah Parsons falling all the way to 23 to the Jets. I'm sorry, but I think if Micah Parsons falls to 24, I think the Steelers could possibly take him. So let's look at who is there. I don't know. I got to click back to see if you can see very well who's available. This is who is left. The edge rusher, I can't say his name right. Azeez Oluwari, something like that, out of Georgia is available. Najee Harris, the running back from Alabama. The linebacker from Notre Dame, Jeremiah Owosu. It's funny because he was drafted in our SB Nation editors draft, and they just typed in a bunch of letters for his last part of the name. It was kind of funny. Kwity Paye, edge rusher from Michigan at 23. Zaven Collins is there, linebacker from Tulsa. And then going on from there, Javonte Williams is there from North Carolina. So based on what was said, anything coming from the live chat, what they think we should do?
Oh, sorry. I'm sitting there trying to look on the tiny little screen, and
Yeah.
I would probably agree with what I'm seeing.
We're getting a little bit of both of
Yeah.
JOK
Yep.
or Harris.
Yep. That's what I'm seeing.
Okay. So that's what we're seeing so far. So I really do think that that's probably there. I mean, I would have been a little bit more apt to take, let's say, a Zaven Collins. I don't know that they're going to do that. So it's funny. Someone's saying Etienne. Etienne is gone. He's gone
Yeah.
in this one. Okay. So what do you think we're going to do?
We're going to take Mr. Harris.
We're going to take Mr. Harris. Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm trying to look at some other ones people were saying that they were saying, who was the other one they were trying to say? They were saying, taking the cornerback Caleb Farley, I think. But based on this here, I think the majority has it to where, and it wouldn't shock me at all for the Steelers to go running back in the first round. So it looks like that's probably what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and make the pick. We're going to go Najee Harris. Now,
Okay.
we are not going to read all the picks now between round 1 and round 2 where the Steelers pick. But I'm going to leave it up here if people can see it at all. I don't know if it's big enough for everyone to see who the picks were that were made. There went Pat Freiermuth early in the second round. There's a lot of players that I like for the Steelers that are more early second guys.
Mm-hmm.
So there went Creed Humphrey, the center. There went Jalen Mayfield, the tackle. So a lot of these things of what's going on. So it's funny. Who are all the top guys? They're edge guys right now. Lots of defenders, lots of edge guys. Oh my goodness, there's like no offensive players towards the top of what they have here on their board. So it's very interesting how this is playing out because like some people are saying, how far do you really want to go? Or I'm going to switch to player rankings right now because just rather than where they predict they were going. Man, the only offensive player towards the top of this is wide receivers. So it doesn't look like any of the offensive linemen who would possibly be around are there. So let's I'm going to come back a little bit as I keep looking, messing with the predictive board. Maybe we should specifically look at let's say like interior offensive line. There's some, sorry, it keeps jumping on me. Some of the players that are available, like Josh Myers, Trey Smith, Ben Cleveland, are players that are more, Trey Hill. That's one that I've seen an awful lot to the Steelers, but they're later on guys, in a lot of cases. Let's see about offensive tackles. Man, almost all the offensive tackles are gone. So that's very interesting. So what do we look? Oh, there's Spencer Brown, who's another person that some have, believe it or not, Mel Kiper's mock draft that just came out have the Steelers taking Najee Harris in round 1 and Spencer Brown in round 2. Now here they have him ranked at number 86. So I'm going to come back to the live chat. Do you see anything? I mean, the top players, let me start reading them, I'm going to mess them up. Joe Tryon, edge, Washington. Ronnie Perkins, edge, Oklahoma. Amari Rogers, wide receiver, Clemson. I mean, I heard that the Steelers were possibly interested in him, but I don't know about them going wide receiver so high again. Rousseau, edge, Miami. Is it Osai? OSSAI? I'm going to say it. The edge from Texas. Nixon, interior defensive line, Iowa. Brown, wide receiver, North Carolina. Basham Jr., edge, Wake Forest, which is funny because I had a mock draft a couple weeks ago where they gave him to the Steelers in round 1. He's more of a 4-3 edge, if you know what I mean. Jabril Cox, linebacker, LSU. Asante Samuel Jr., cornerback, Florida State.
He's been up there a lot. He's
On
getting a lot of talk in the
live
chat. Yep.
of Asante Samuel Jr.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I have some people saying that. I see it in there. So, and then someone said, wait, Cox is there. So we have Asante Samuel Jr. We have, I said it, was it Jabril? Yeah, Jabril Cox is there. So those are some of the ones that I see. I would say Cox, Samuel. I mean, I'd throw out Amani Rogers because I don't want to rule it out, but I'm just not a big fan. And then there's Brady Christensen, the offensive tackle from BYU. He is available. The tight end from Notre Dame. I don't know that any tight ends are something that the Steelers might want to take that high. It's not that it's not a need. It's just the way the class is. So, what are we seeing, Rich?
I'm seeing Asante Samuel Jr. a lot.
Gyro says can't go wrong here. So, someone said flip a coin. So flip a coin for Cox or Samuel Jr. I'm thinking I'd be fine with Cox as well, but I am seeing a lot of Asante Samuel Jr. So sounds to me like that's our pick.
Yeah, let's take him.
All right. So I got to actually find him here. Make sure I get him here. Asante Samuel Jr., cornerback, Florida State, drafted. That's who we have the Steelers taking in round 2, which is funny because I'm like, let's take someone that we know the Steelers really won't take because we know we're not going to get any of these picks right because it's how it works, but that's the fun of mock drafts. It really is. So things are moving along. Jabril Cox went at 70. Seeing if I notice any names popping up here that Chaz Surratt, linebacker from North Carolina, just went. Spencer Brown, offensive tackle from Northern Iowa, just went 2 picks before the Steelers. So here we go. Let's look at what I'm trying to see what you all can see there on the screen. Okay, I keep flipping back to your screen versus this screen because I want everyone to be able to see. There's Davis Mills, quarterback of Stanford. He's available there at pick 87. Brochet, the edge for Miami. Kellen Mond, quarterback, Texas A&M, is available. He's a guy that, man, he's got a cannon. The cornerback, we already have one. Stone Forsythe, tackle from Florida. Trey Sermon, running back, Ohio State. If the Steelers hadn't gone running back already, that is still one that I could see as a possibility in the 3rd round if they don't get any of the others. Trey Smith from Tennessee. I've heard it. I've seen his name bounced around a little bit on the Twitterverse. Ben Cleveland. If I bring up his profile, that he's one that but he's more of a guard. But I have seen his name come up when some things. He's a lineman from Georgia. Who was the other one that I said? There was another line. There's Kyle Trask. He's available. Let's just because it's such a position of need, I'm bringing up the individual interior offensive lineman. Don't you think that's a good idea?
I think that's a good idea.
Just to see who's left. There's but the thing is they don't have them, split out as center versus.
I know that's annoying.
Yeah. There's Trey Hill. I think he could be the Steelers' 4th round pick. You know what I mean? Because he's out of Georgia, but he's a center. They said about swing interior offensive line.
Dave,
but, what are we saying?
Okay, we're because everybody's saying, and then
we're probably getting a lot of disagreement now. What's up?
No, where did Andrew then brings up and says, because everybody keeps saying take the center Quinn, whatever, but didn't he go in the 1st round? Didn't I see that somebody took him way early?
Well, here's what we can do. Yeah, it might have been that he was taken extremely early. I can show drafted. You're talking about you're all from from
Yes.
out of Wisconsin. Not Wisconsin, but Wisconsin, whatever it is, Whitewater. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was gone. I'd like to see. They don't tell me here where he went, but he
I
went
think it was, I'm telling you, I think
before
it
the
was the
Steelers'
first.
second pick.
I think he went before the Steelers' first pick.
Well, let's go back and look a little bit.
I thought I saw him.
I thought I saw him go
Maybe it was before the second
go
pick. Now that I'm thinking
as
about
names were coming up. Yeah. Let's see where I'm looking back in case you guys are wondering, because I think he would be a wonderful pick. I would have taken him even at 2, possibly for the Steelers. Yeah, he went. They had him going 49
it.
to the Cardinals. That's a guy 2 picks behind Creed Humphrey. Those are 2 guys. I would love either one of those guys, but they had them going 47 and 49 when the Steelers picked at 55. So that was the problem with that one. So let's lose these different things. And what are we looking at? In the live chat, probably a lot of people, they were asking if we were frozen. I don't know if anyone was frozen or not. Okay. Someone says to take Trey Hill now. Which I could see that. Wes says Trey Hill. I saw someone else say Trey Hill. Yeah, because some people were looking and they're like, yeah, unfortunately, he's gone. Like I would have taken I keep messing up. Quinn, whatever he is,
Yep.
in the second round, I think if he would have been there. So that's just crazy that he was already gone. So then some other people are saying take Trey Hill late. But you got to see if he's still there. So what are we going to do? We could go crazy and go quarterback. You could go Davis Mills.
We cannot go quarterback. What did we say when it came to quarterback? What did we say in our show last week?
I know.
Go big or go home. So since we didn't get to go big, we got to go home.
Yeah. So I'm not sure.
I've been seeing Walker Little come up. A couple people are saying here.
Walker Little. What's the position there?
I have no idea.
Someone will tell us.
Never heard of that.
I'm trying to think of who that is. I can't. I'm struggling to think of it. Okay, let's go look. Let's go back and just check the player rankings. Who's the highest ranked player that they still have out there? Woo, they have some of the 43. Oh, that's the pick I wanted. I didn't realize he was still there. How about Cameron Mcgrone, the linebacker from Michigan?
Oh my goodness! Wait a minute.
I've taken him in some of my mock drafts in the 3rd round. That he's a redshirt sophomore. Some interesting stuff there that could be a good fit for the Steelers. Some people say yes, some people say no. What's the live chat think of that? Because I didn't even see him on my list until I went to the player rankings about Mcgrone. So
I've only seen I get one comment that says 100% Mcgrone. So the very next comment says pass on Mcgrone.
Yeah. Yeah. So very interesting. So I don't know if he was asking who else were people asking about? What am I doing? I'm clicking on the wrong thing. So when we look at their player rankings, they had Cameron Mcgrone, linebacker, Adebo, cornerback, Andre Cisco, safety from Syracuse, Quincy Roche, edge from Miami, Tyler Shelvin. Some of these names aren't jumping out at me. Saint Justy, Stone, like I said, Stone Forsyth, but I don't know if a lot of people like him or not. This is a tough one. I'm not sure that I'm extremely happy with how this plays out. There's been Cleveland, but we were looking at some other things there. Like I said, Kyle Trask. No, still. This is a tough one. There was. Let me go back to the interior offensive line because some people are saying this is where you need a center. So if not, the question is, do you believe that Trey Hill will still be there with the Steelers' next pick?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, that's the question.
I think
because,
he could be.
You know, so I'm just trying to. What's that? Do we have any thoughts coming through? What's up?
Jeff Vola says, I don't know who we should pick. I'm just here to hear how Dave will pronounce these
Yes,
names.
because I'm screwing them up big time. I know I love it.
I don't know if we've ever had a truer comment show up on our board. I mean, that was perfect.
Yeah. So what are we doing?
I don't know. Pick a guy.
Some people are saying Walker Little tackle. Why do I keep clicking on the StreamYard screen when it's not the right screen? Let's look at the tackles here. They have Forsyth, Walker Little. I think he'll be there as the other fourth round pick out of Stanford. Let's see where he is on the predictive board, 152. So I don't know. So I mean, we're here trying to make the pick at 87 and figure out where to go.
Dave?
Yes.
My brain tells me to, there's we could use this position, this position or this position. Go take the best available guy.
Take the best available guy? Well, if you're looking at player ranking and not predictive board,
right,
then you are looking at the line. You are looking at, well, because if you're looking at predictive, you're looking at Davis Mills, quarterback, Stanford. But if you're looking at player rankings, you're looking at Mcgrone out of Michigan.
Right.
So, all right. Unfortunately, Steelers Nation, we're going to go with Cameron Mcgrone, linebacker, Michigan. Just because we can't get a consensus otherwise. So we're going to draft that. And with that, while it's going through to our fourth round pick, if you're watching here on YouTube or Facebook, you can keep watching. If you're listening to us on the audio side, we're gonna head to part 2. So go ahead and click on over, and everyone else watching on video watches the picks go by. We'll be back in just a minute. And we're back, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, with part 2 of the Scho Bro Show. We are running a live mock draft simulator just for fun, trying to figure everything out. And unfortunately, we got to pick 3, and it was all over the place, which was very not surprising. But if you have stumbled onto the audio-only platform and you are listening to part 2 right now, and you're like, why are they in round 4? Go back and check out part 1 first to see how we got here. But so far, the picks that we have in our mock draft simulator are round 1, Najee Harris, running back, Alabama. Round 2, Asante Samuel Jr., cornerback from Florida State. And round 3, Cameron Mcgrone, linebacker, Michigan. It's what we ended up having to have. All right. So now it's time to get down to these offensive line stuff that we were looking for and hoping that these players were still there. So let's see who's still there.
Andrew Wilbar says, take Little here and Hill with the next one. These are easy ones.
Hill there's still a number of those. Hill is still available. He is not the highest ranked interior offensive lineman. And if you're looking at offensive tackle, we still have, hey, what do you know? Top 1, Walker Little. So let's check in with the live chat. Do we want to take Walker Little here? Because the Steelers pick, where are they right now? We're at 128. They only pick 12 selections later where they have their compensatory pick. So it's not like it's a long wait for the next one. So people are saying Little and Hill, take Little. Rich, I think we know who we're taking.
Yeah, let's take Little.
Let's take Little. So here we go.
Hope he plays big.
Yeah, and hope he plays a lot and not a little. So here we go. And Walker Little, according to us, is a Pittsburgh Steeler. So there we go. Let's see what's going on. I'm watching. Trey Smith just went. So watching him go. And hey, it's back to the Steelers. Here we go.
Oh, what do you know?
What do you know? We're back to the Steelers at 140. Now, after this one, guess what? We got a long time because the Steelers have no 5th round pick. You got to wait till the 6th. So right here, what do you know? Who do we have?
You scrolled too far.
I know. I wanted to make sure I was at the top. We have Trey Hill from Georgia.
Do it.
So here we go. They say Walker. Is the live chat in agreement?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Hill. Trey Hill.
And draft.
I think we got enough agreement that I would draft him.
So here's what we have so far. With 5 picks, you've got a running back, you've got 2 offensive linemen, you got a corner, you got a linebacker. So, and honestly, if the Steelers would have gone somewhere, yeah, go ahead, Rich.
I kind of like that.
Yeah. If they'd have gone with something else in round 3, and then they still got what they got in 4 and 5, I'd be happy with that as well.
You mean 4 and 4?
4 and 4, yes. Well, I meant pick 5, but yeah, round 4.
I know.
4B. Sorry, got to say it. 4B. So, I mean, this thing's rolling through now. Now is when, like, Chuba Hubbard just went like 173. Now is when we've really got to get down to it and look at what the Steelers still need, what's out there. We've got 3 picks left, a 6th and 2 7ths. So what do we live chat? Let us know. What kind of positions are you looking for with these last 3 picks? So we can start looking at it. I'm seeing some tight end. Okay. We need to look at maybe a late wide receiver. Here we go. Edge rusher, things like that. I didn't even click on edge rushers. When I run a mock, I've usually taken one by now. So those are some positions to look at. Well, we are up to the Steelers pick at number 216. So let's see what we have. We have the top 4 under player rankings are all wide receivers. And Busey Jr. from Hawaii. Oh my goodness, am I going to butcher that one? I don't know if you can read it or not. I'm going to try.
Do it.
Josh Immature. I mean, how do you pronounce Bhebhe? I have no idea.
Pepe.
Josh Immature Pepe from Illinois. Marquez Stevenson from Houston. Des Fitzpatrick, wide receiver from Louisville. And the next one is a wide receiver, Cornell Powell from Clemson. And then we have an edge.
Garrett Slingerland told he gave you the pronunciation.
Okay.
Amateur Bebe.
What you said.
Yep.
That's then there's some edges, then some other wide receivers. I'm going to flip back from the player rankings to the predictive board just to see what they have going. They have some safeties at the top. Okay. See, right now, if you're looking at, let's say, safety, wide receiver, tight end, edge, you only got 3 picks. So you're obviously not going to have one of them. You've got, I don't know, man. I've seen some people having Divine Diablo, the safety from Virginia Tech, to the Steelers. I've seen that places. Jacoby Stevens, the safety from LSU, is available. Rashad Weaver, edge from Pittsburgh. But I don't know that that's a fit, because I think if I don't know if it shows it there, that he's more of a 4-3 edge rusher. Chauncey Golson, edge from Iowa. He's another 4-3 defensive end, according to the Draft Network, which doesn't necessarily always get these right. So Des Fitzpatrick from Louisville, wide receiver. I don't think they're going to go 2 running backs. Marlon Williams from UCF, wide receiver. Um, Shaka Tony, or is it Tony or Tone? Since it's Toney. Edge rusher from Penn State. He's a wide 9 pass specialist, they say. And he would be like a rotational edge rusher. Cornell Powell, wide receiver from Clemson.
Just so you know, Dave, the Jerry Cherry Band says that at this point in time, we should take the worst cornerback available. We should go reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology.
Yes.
There's another one we got to remember. We going punter in the 7th round just for one time.
just no.
Someone asked Trey McKitty, Andrew Wilbar, what position? Okay. Hey, we got a super chat from, I'm going to butcher this name, Johnny Teifel.
Yes, he probably did that just to make you say his name.
$1.99, but doesn't have a comment. Johnny, put a comment in there. We'll bring up your next one, no matter what. Okay. What do we say? I see some people saying, is it Tony or Tone? I don't know. From there. They said, oh, McKitty is a tight end. We didn't look at tight ends. Let's just to see tight ends. Who's available?
But he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
So I think I picked the last time I did a simulator I picked a tight end at the very end of the draft, in the 7th round. Might have been from Iowa. That might have been who he was. I'm not even sure. So that I selected. So the tight ends are I don't know. There's some of them that are, there's Grayson from SMU. There's John Bates from Boise State. And those are the main 2 that are up there higher. Let me switch to their player rankings. Yet none of them they have ranked higher than 243, and that's Bates from Boise State. I think you could almost have your Noah Gray from Duke, I think is another one that I've seen. I could almost see that being like your very last pick. You could almost go tight end. What are we thinking? What are they looking at? You're probably seeing a lot of stuff. Okay. Andrew Wilbar brings up a defensive tackle. Honestly, with them returning all 7 from last year, I know Oluwalu's getting up there in age and stuff. I just don't know that that's the biggest need this year,
we need him.
unless they really love a guy that's still there. And so I would be okay with the Steelers doing that, but I don't know what they're thinking with that right now, if you know what I mean. So I don't, it's exactly what I said. If you remember this show last year, which you don't remember at all because you thought you didn't even remember that we did it, we had one Alex Highsmith as an option for our 3rd round pick. And I said, when it comes to a small school player, I don't like to say that I like them as much, but if the Steelers love them, then I do. I just don't know which one they're going to fall in love with. And so I wasn't ready to pull the trigger on him, but I tell you what, Shannon White sure was. So what are we looking at? Someone says edge about maybe going with Tony. Is it Tony or Tone? Shaka. Get some edge depth here.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Get edge depth. Shaka Tony.
That could very well be a player. I mean, there's some other guys here, but I don't know that they're the right fit. So never looked at Chris Rumpf II from Duke. I don't know. He's more of a 4-3 guy from what I can see there. So it looks like Shaka Tony might be a fit. Do you think that's our pick?
Sure.
All right. 3, 2, 1. And he's a Steeler.
Okay.
So there we go. So we're moving on. All we got left is 2 picks in the 7th round. So the Steelers we've got 3 offensive, 3 defensive. We've got running back, interior offensive line, and offensive tackle. We've got cornerback, linebacker, edge. I tell you what, I'm pretty happy with that. Looking at it. So Let me take my edge filter off here and just see here. Still got some, my goodness, still got some of the same wide receivers from last time. We still got Busey from Hawaii. We still got the guy I can't say. What was it?
Oh,
Immature Bebe.
Yeah, sure.
Stevenson, Powell from Clemson. Man, it's the same guys that were still there last time. So the question is, do you grab one of those wide receivers? I mean, if they're still there, the Steelers pick again in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, in 10 picks, 9 picks. So chances are, if you want to ride a wide receiver, you could wait to get one there. Let's look at, just for fun, let's look at safety.
Yep.
Just to
Some
see if
folks
there's
were saying, what's there for?
The top one right now is Sean Davis.
Steelers Pittsburgh saying I'm too enthusiastic. Look, let me tell you, I hate mock drafts.
I know.
I hate them. Dave said we were going to do this for the show tonight, and I almost wanted to just, keep fishing.
You keep fishing.
That's where I was earlier. I was fishing. So
I'm looking to see at the tight ends that were gone. Yeah, McKitty was gone. Where was McKitty? McKitty's from Georgia.
Oh yeah, he's been long gone.
Yeah, boy, a lot of them went there. I think Sean Byer is one that I took before. There's one from NC State. Kerry Agaline. He seems to be more of a spread tight end. I don't know that that's what the Steelers would be looking for. They'd be looking for probably more of an inline tight end. H-back slot receiver. I don't think that's the right fit for him. I was thinking, was it Noah Gray, the one that I looked at before, where he was actually a former quarterback, I think. But he's not good for inline. Honestly, I could see the Steelers going, if they don't get a tight end high, because I don't think it's a great class, I could see tight end being a position that they use for as undrafted free agent. So we've got 2 picks here. What's coming with the live chat?
Hold on. Wes wants FSU wide receiver Tamorian Terry. Sorry.
Okay.
Andrew
Farrell
wants Brock Wright, tight end from Notre Dame. Demetrius says tight end Schoner or Farrell. Master Puppet says Luke Farrell, OSU. Andrew also asks, is Carnell Lake's son Quentin Lake available?
I would have to look at the position. Luke Farrell is there, and so is Schoner. If you're talking tight end, they're also, honestly, they're going to be there on the next pick too.
All right, I got Gyro agreeing with Wes, saying, if Terry's there, I'd take him.
Mm-hmm. Which Terry? Okay. Oh, that's the wide receiver, right?
Yes.
From losing my wide receivers. So he says, sorry, I'm still trying to navigate. So I don't know. This has been okay. Oh, there he is. Tamarani Terry or whatever. But there's a lot of wide receivers that are up there.
I know.
That were actually available for that were the top picks in round 6, and they're still there in round 7, every single one of them. So we have a super chat coming because I just saw it on my phone.
Yep, here it is.
There we go. Oh, we both clicked on it at the same time.
What are you doing to me?
Okay.
All right. No. This is all you, Dave.
What, for me to say it? Oh, because it's Takaharu?
Yes. Because I wanted to hear you say it.
You wanted to hear me say it. Why don't the Steelers trade back multiple times and acquire several picks like the Dolphins and Jets have done? I could see them doing that. I ran an article yesterday that was the Steelers' top 5 trade backs under Kevin Colbert of any round. And what's crazy is there was only 5 since 2000. And tomorrow morning, you will see the top 5 trade ups at BehindTheSteelCurtain.com, your one-stop shop for all things Pittsburgh Steelers. So
what do we do? I like this one.
What's that? Guy from Illinois, so we can continue to hear Dave pronounce his name.
Yes. So that you continue have to say his name all the time. That would be funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we should hold off and let's do tight end with the last pick.
Okay.
Because I think both of them will be available. So what do we do here? Like someone asked about Carnell Lake's son, right? Show drafted. I don't have anyone with the name.
Yep.
What was the first name? Do you remember?
Quinton
Q-U?
Yep.
I'm going to spell it wrong. Q-U-I-N. Or is it Q-U-E-N?
I think it was Q-U-I-N-T-I-N. Try that one.
Q-U-I-N-T-I-N?
Sure.
There's a bunch of different ways to spell Quinton. Nope, not that way. How about T-E-N? I've seen that. Someone's going to type it.
How about let's not worry about it then?
Yeah, I can't find it. So boom. We'll take that away. We'll take this away. All right, we got to make a call.
Okay.
Let's make the call. A lot of people saying Terry.
Okay.
Andrew says they snubbed Lake from their board. He checked. So Terry's the wide receiver from Florida State.
Although I like that guy from Illinois just to make you have to keep saying his name.
I'm still trying to find Terry. You know what? Let's do it. I'm not even going to try to say the first name. All right. Terry, wide receiver, Florida State. He's now a Steeler. All right. We got a few more picks left, and we're heading towards the end. Because the Steelers, they're close. They're close to getting Mr. Irrelevant. They're not 256. They're 254.
There, you got another super chat.
All right. Go ahead.
Well, Sircock says, Tamorian freaking Terry.
Yeah. And we did. So we've got from the tight ends, we've got Schoner from Iowa State. We've got Farrell from Ohio State. We have others, but these are guys that, you could see the Steelers maybe looking at. Okay. So honestly, do you see the Steelers not drafting an Ohio State player?
No.
What does the live chat think? Do you think we should go Farrell? Okay. Some people are saying, let's see, Andrew says we can do. I think we should go tight end just to do it.
Sure.
Max Duffy. A lot of people are saying Max Duffy. So where is Max Duffy? Let me come to it. Who is Max Duffy? I don't know. I don't know Max Duffy.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah. Man, there's only a couple tight ends at all.
A lot of people are kind of starting to agree Farrell probably a good pick here.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering who Duffy is. That's what I would like to know. So Max. Oh, that's the punter from Kentucky.
Oh.
You know what?
As
much as we could do that to I was like, how do I know that
just
name?
Because it's fun to do that to Jeff, but
to Jeff. I think we're going to go with this. So we're going to go with Luke Farrell, tight end, Ohio State.
Yep.
And guess what? Our draft is complete. Finalizing your draft. So here we go. What am I doing? I went my pick. So here's what we have for our final mock draft here that we did on the Scho Bro Show. We have running back Najee Harris, Alabama at 24. We have cornerback Asante Samuel Jr. from Florida State at 55. We have linebacker Cameron Mcgrone of Michigan at 87. We have Walker Little, offensive tackle from Stanford at 128. We have Trey Hill, interior offensive lineman from Georgia at 140. We have Shaka Tony, I'm going to say Tony, Edge from Penn State at 216. We have, I'm going to mess up the first name, Terry, wide receiver, Florida State at 245, and Luke Farrell, tight end, Ohio State at 254. That officially comes to a conclusion of what our picks are. And this has been a lot of fun. It really has. So this is what I'm going to ask.
For the record, I hate mock drafts.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because I'm like, I know it's never going to work out that way. Here's my question. I was going to ask it, but that would be player names. This is going to be simple because we have to have our final question that we always do with the rundown.
I got a good one.
Oh, you do? I mean, I have one.
Okay. You say yours, I'll say mine, and then we'll decide which one we like better.
Okay. Mine is, from our mock draft, how many of them do you actually think the Steelers end up picking?
Oh, which is basically what I was going to say. Of our mock draft, how many do you think Dave and I got right?
Yeah, well, not you and I, but all of us together. Yes. Not right. Don't answer yet.
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, Wes has me. Say it with me. Tim or Ian. Tim or Ian. Okay. So people are putting in the live chat too soon. I'm not going to bring it up, but boom. Nope. There's the question. How many do you do the Steelers actually pick? Last year, the answer was 0. We didn't get any of them right, but that's what happens with mock drafts. Okay?
I'd say that mathematically speaking, that would be a good guess again this year. But
I'm going to say 1. Robert says 3. Gyro says 4. Michael O'Malley says 3. Wait, it skipped on us. Tyler says the field. Sorry, bros.
No, I agree with you,
Sherry
Tyler.
Says 2. I'd be fine. I was going to go 0, but you said what you said, so I went. Sherry says 2. Andrew says he thinks Samuel was the only pick, but it could even be in round 1. Yeah, I'm not even saying in the right spot. I'm just saying any of the players. Garrett says 2. George 11. George Destin got 11. We got 11 of them. Okay. Yes. Steeler Chick 46 says 2. Demetrius Shore says 2. Stacy says 6. Yeah, I'd be shocked if we got that many right. We gotta keep. I'm gonna screenshot that just to see how we did. So we'll cover that after the draft. Okay. Jose Juan Gonzalez says 1. I like that one. Okay. Donald says 1. Mcgrone. That's the one that I wasn't sure that if people were happy that we picked him because there was a lot of different options there in round 3. Kathy says 0. Wes says 2. I think we already got Sherry, but I'm going to say it again. Says 2. George says 1. He says really it's 1. I liked his 11. But yeah, it's 1. So Russ says 3.
Okay.
Steelers Pittsburgh 1. Dan Momberger says 2. Sherry says specifically Harris and Hill. I could see that. Some of the people were putting another. Patricia says 3.
Oh, come on! How could you skip Marky D?
Oh, he was there. All of the above.
Marky D said all the above. Email this straight to Colbert.
Oh, we love you, Mark. We do. We do. I sorry, I was looking for ones that were just numbers, is what I was looking at. AJ said 3, maybe 4. John says 2. Jerry Cherry Band. First of all, I almost responded to him on Twitter to just say, I would really like to have a nice, brand new song that I could have for my show, like Jeff Hartman got for his Let's Ride podcast from the Jerry Cherry Band. If you're not listening to Jeff's podcast, you need to at least check out the beginning of them to hear Jerry Cherry Band music. Okay. Jeff has it and my Stat Geek has it as well. So, good
Dave,
stuff.
I want you to know I might be working on a song for our show here. We would just need some people to sing it, but
there we go. We'll get Jeff.
I mean, we could, but it would be
good. Well, we're delayed, so that would be tough. Derwin says 4. Oh, poor Just Me says that she's late. She was at her grandson's 3-year-old party. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Yeah. Oh man, by the time we meet next week, I'm going to be a year older. Yuck. Okay. I just realized that.
You'll be back to only 4 years younger than me instead.
Yeah. 5. I'll be Palomalu. There we go. We'll just say that. Andrew Omar says he's got Colbert's email ready. Okay, guys, this was a lot of fun. I like the interaction. I hope for you on the audio side that it wasn't too distracting as we were reading stuff. I was trying to do my best to read everything to make sure everyone felt included and whatnot. Rich, you did a fantastic job of keeping an eye on the live chat for me while I was scrolling through your stuff. I'm actually going back and looking at it. I'm a little bit more satisfied with this draft than I thought. And I'm not a big, let's draft Najee Harris in the first round guy. Honestly, I'd be shocked if he gets past Miami. I really would. But based on how it fell out, I thought it was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting as well. What do you have to say about it, Rich?
I hate mock drafts.
I know what you mean. Okay, like I said, I've run so many of them. I'm like, I don't like places left.
Then you look at it, you think, this would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, like last year, we get zero correct. So
that's
and I ended up liking our draft last year, so I can't complain about that either.
Yeah.
So
because I think we did ended up going with Dobbins because that's what everyone wanted to take in round 2. And then that didn't happen. So lots of fun. We'll keep bringing you all the stuff that we can leading up to the draft. We've got 2 more shows of the Scho Bro Show before the NFL draft. It's really close. It's a huge event. These are players that you're going to get to cheer for in the black and gold. That when the Steelers take them, it really is. When you think about it, the whole thing, it really is exciting. And then you have these guys that you think, they'd be a great Pittsburgh Steeler, and then they're a Detroit Lion. But it is how it is. But lots of fun. Thanks again so much for everyone that helped out with this. And we will be back again next Tuesday.
Can't wait to go fishing.
We'll see you next time.